All right, that's mic. Good morning, everyone. Let's make sure everything is connected here. All right, that's mic. Good morning, everyone. All right, all set. So good morning, everyone. It's October 29, 2024, 9:37 in the morning. Just watching AMD here. No trades yet. Just looking at what SPY is doing. SPY having a pullback here from the past couple of days. We encountered that resistance right there at 580 and now having a pullback. For SPY, pre-market low is at 579 and pre-market high is at 581. And looking at AMD as well, AMD looks like it had a rejection in the VWAP. Did not get to trade that, but pre-market high here at 162 with a pre-market low of 160. It is encountering that strong support right here at 158. And that 158 is, let's see, what is the closing price yesterday? That one was 2 days ago's high of this week. So right now, AMD looks like it is bouncing up. NVIDIA as well bouncing up. PayPal looking short here. PayPal is a huge gap down, and pre-market low here is at 73, pre-market high at 86. So the good short here happened at this level 79, so we missed that. So PayPal, I am short bias on PayPal. Let's see what else is moving. AMD is just hovering around the VWAP. Trying to see if we're gonna have a little bit of a pullback with AMD. I am long bias on AMD, but there's a lot of orders sitting at the bid here, so we'll start a small position to the long with AMD. I am still looking at lots of orders sitting at the bid, so I'm waiting for this to get cleared. SPY having a little bit of a push up. Okay, small position with AMD to the long. Stop loss is the low of the day. Willing to add to that position. Not sure yet because we still have a bunch of orders sitting here at the bid, so it can retest the support. The support that is next is 159. We don't have a lot of volume, so that fact I don't like. There's not a lot of volume at the bid now. Still struggling here as well as SPY. Look at, let's see here, big rejection happened. So stop loss here is at 159.32. Willing to add if we show some signs of strength. Signs of strength would be big volume bar as well as more added to my position here to the long for AMD. So I am long AMD. We encountered that support at 159.59. And yeah, right now AMD is looking good. Let's see if I can add another position with AMD. So with that add, not the best add, 59.9. It's the average cost here. Expect that we're gonna have some resistance at the VWAP, very strong resistance at the VWAP. Gonna have a tight stop loss here. Let's see, still not a lot of volume, so expect some consolidation to happen. What does our 5 minutes looks like? 5 minutes, this is the first white candlestick. We do have a big order sitting right here at 159.75, so that is gonna make this get pulled at 75 because that is 25,000 share size waiting to be filled. So this is gonna get pulled at 75. Support at 159.61. Showing some signs of strength here. SPY is now at the VWAP. Added to my position since SPY is curling up at the VWAP. Waiting for a pop at AMD. Alright, so this trade right here looks good. We do have lots of orders sitting at the ask, so we're waiting for a little bit more of a pop here. Encountering some resistance at the VWAP in SPY. Okay, partialing. Took some partial there. That was a huge pushed up. That was 50 cents. There's a lot of orders sitting now at the bid. I don't like that, so I'm just lowering down my share size here. Stop loss now is at the break even. Break even is 159.95. Waiting for another pop. We have a lot of orders sitting at 160.50, so this one has a potential to go 160.50. I just didn't like that SPY was consolidating at the VWAP. Alright, so this one looking good. Alright, 160.32, 20, countering that huge resistance at 25. Waiting for another pop. How many more? Okay, we're starting to get ready for another 5-minute candlestick here. 45, 49. There you go. 160.50. So I'm looking here at the tape. The tape is starting to build up that momentum to the upside. 160.50. Now we are 55. Excellent. So now that is a level there, pre-market low. Waiting for another pop. Let's go. 67, 70. Yeah, there you go. All right, partialing. 60, 80. We do have orders here. 161. Not my order, but it gives you a window of the strength of this stock. SPY now about to test the high of the day. So 85, 86. All right, getting the momentum here. How's our volume bar going? Volume bar is still very tiny. 60. Resistance, this is going to 161. 161 incoming. 161. Oh, there you go. 161. Took some partial. 161. Perfect. All right, so we're managing this trade very oops. So we were able to capture that pop, and then now just trailing our stop loss. So stop loss is behind. Once this one pulls back, we're gonna be all out in our trade. $233. Just struggling at that 161, but it still has a room. Now there's a lot of orders sitting at 161. This will pop to 161, 161.01 now. encountering that resistance because it's about to test the high of the day. Volume bar started to pick up. Bunch of orders sitting at the ask now. Very bullish. Just bunch of consolidation. Let's see if we can see another trade. So we're just struggling. A little bit of a pullback there. So stop loss here is at 160.8. Let's see if this is gonna stop us out. Oh boy, I do see a bunch of orders sitting at the bid now, so this is most likely gonna stop us out. Okay, so yeah, that one stopped us out. This will up to 161, 161. All right, so had that pullback, but that was a easy, nice trade. So we started to build up a position here. 159.66 started to add. You have a little bit of a pullback, but this confirmation right here gives you the idea that buyers tend to always pick this stock up. Sellers tried to push it down, buyers stepped in. That's why we created that wick. At that confirmation, I added and then starting to cover. So cover here at the pop and then partialing, partial, and then our stop loss. So with that, we got 2100, and that is what time is it? 48. So 30, less than 20 minutes into the trade. Okay, so I was saying earlier that I am short bias at PayPal. Look at what it did. I did not get to capture that move because I was in AMD trade, but I placed this level right here because that level is a very strong resistance, and sure enough, it had moved from 79.41 to 76.82. So talking about at least $3 there at least. But we were able to capture AMD. So let's see, AMD now looks like it's about to test the high of the day, which is at 161.32. But we were able to capture that move. All right, next one. Okay, interesting enough, SPY tested the high of, almost the high of the day, and then got a rejection. So most likely that can happen with AMD as well. It will retest the high of the day, which is this 161.25 before it have that rejection. Now bias changes because as soon as SPY retests almost the high of the day, had a rejection, and then now it's picking up its steam to the upside. So that's how quickly that bias can change. All right, so this is the strong resistance at AMD. That's the high of the day. There will be a lot of stop loss right here. So if buyers get to push this up, then it will be a massive or a quick push higher because of stop loss getting hit. That's what we call a short squeeze. All right, so let's see. There is still a bunch of orders sitting at the ask, so that is actually still bullish. So I don't want to short it prematurely because you're just going to end up paying commissions. All right, let's see what AMD is going to give us. But so far, AMD gave us a nice trade. All right, so SPY is having that resistance. What I can see with AMD is it keeps retesting 161.42, but having that resistance Let's see the higher time frame. So let's see. Just gonna clear this one up. All right. So we only have a pre-market high, pre-market low. I remove it. Pre-market low is right here. And this is the high of the day initially, getting the resistance there. Okay, so shorting a small position here with AMD. It did get that very strong resistance there, thinking of adding to that position. It just went so quickly that I did not get to. All right, so just a small position. Stop loss is the high of the day. Let's see. 161.36. Okay, I'm out. So yeah, that one, trying to short it, it didn't work. It was got short squeeze, so was all out. So short loss of 150. All right, so we're just gonna be doing a recap. So good morning, everyone. It's October 29, 2024, 9:53 in the morning, and we're just doing a recap. So we traded only one stock today, AMD. AMD looks like it is now gonna have the pullback. But I got short squeeze right here, so right now I am not gonna be trading AMD. I gave back 150, which is totally fine, but we were able to capture the move. So what I was looking at is SPY. SPY looking weak. What we see with SPY is what we can conclude is SPY is week for the past couple of days. So 4 business days, SPY had been weak. All-time high is at 586, and then from there we just see some pullback, all red candlestick. So the thing is that you have to consider is what kind of day do you have? Is it a range bound kind of day or a gap down or gap up? With SPY, it is a gap down because we do have, let me just get my pen here. We do have the low of this candlestick, the low of the wick, and it had that gap. So it's a gap down. So definitely you can at least have a conclusion that it is a weak kind of day. But when I opened my computer, it was past 9:30 and putting in our level. So you have a pre-market low at 579 and a pre-market high at 581. And then looking at our usual suspects. Usual suspects, one of the most active stock right now is DJT. It has 46 million actively being traded. It is shortable by 35,000 shares, but I did not want to play this stock just because it is having this huge spread. We're talking about 25 cents. So I don't want to, for me, that's a bit of gambling, most especially that I don't have an edge because my strategy doesn't fit this move. It is almost an all-time high. Not really. All-time high is at 56, but this is how many days it's been running. So I don't like that because at any time it can just have a pullback. So I was just watching it just because it is one of the most active stocks that is being actively traded, and we are at 47 million. So I just like looking at it from the sideline. But our usual suspect, we have AMD, Tesla, Nvidia, all of which very active. I was looking at PayPal as well. PayPal had this huge pullback, which at first I did call it out that I am short bias, but I was in the middle of my AMD trade, so I did not get to trade PayPal. But with AMD, what I can see here is we place in our levels, and this is the only level that I placed aside from SPY. So I place here pre-market high is at 162.69 with a pre-market low of 160.61. So what I can see here is AMD had this gap up at the open. So unlike SPY, it had a gap up. Not huge, but what I saw was at the open. Okay, 161, it moved from 161 all the way to 158.95. So we're talking about, let's see, 8, 9, 10, around $3 move. And what I saw was some consolidation. So looking at the daily is, it opened right here. So that's an inside bar just because this move right here is inside yesterday's candlestick. But what I saw was this moving average is acting as a strong support. Looking at the 5 minutes, we have this drop from 161.24 and then we have all the way to 159. So nice red candlestick, not a big deal. And what I saw was I'm waiting for a support to be respected. If the support is respected, then that's the time for us to do long. So we do have our level right here, and that is the, let's see, we have a support there. In the 15 minutes, that's the R4. Using the pivot point analysis, we have our support at this level. So switching back from 1 minute as well as 5 minutes, what I can see with the 1 minute versus the 5 minutes is the 1 minute, this is the first white candlestick or the green candlestick. So very bullish right here. And respecting the support at 158.93, you have a bunch of consolidation right here. What is missing here is the volume bar. So volume bar, if we don't have a lot of volume bar, then expect that it will just consolidate. So right now, we were on that consolidation. But the interesting part here is you have your moving average. It never get to pass through that moving average. After it touched that pivot point, it was just having this higher support. So that support right there, let me just put this one closer. So that support at 159.3, having that pullback, every time I get to enter a trade, I will make sure that I have the entry and the stop loss. So entry here is right here because that is where the top of this candlestick is. Stop loss is right here. What makes that a good stop loss? That is the low of the day, and it had been having this nice support with this moving average. So I entered long here, just a small position. It's a small position. I'm trying to build up a position because I am this close to VWAP. So VWAP will be a strong resistance. So for me to lower down my risk, I have to manage my risk via lowering down or not entering at the whole volume. So I entered here, small position, starting to build up my position here because I'm waiting for some confirmation. I did not get the confirmation right here yet. That's why I started with a small position, because look at the volume bar. Volume bar is not there yet. This is now ready for a short, but I am done with my trade. I don't have the volume bar, so I still don't have the confirmation for a short. So when it's moving like that, small position, now what I see here is the volume bar is starting to pick up. When I saw that, that's the time for me to add to my position. So I am starting to see the confirmation. So I went long, added to my position. That is because my volume bar is starting to pick up. Plus, I keep on saying as well that the ask right here is starting to build up as well. So that is a sign of strength. As soon as it pops to the VWAP, I saw lots of orders sitting at the ask. So started my position, added to my position, added to my position. Now, another confirmation that I get to see is when sellers started to push this stock down. So through this wick right here, sellers started to sell at the VWAP because that's a very strong resistance. Buyers stepped in. And when they stepped in, that's the time that we get to create this wick. So that's another confirmation for me that we are heading above the VWAP. So that's the time that I added to my position. Now at the pop above the VWAP, we are now talking about, let's see. So initial here is at 159.71 and the pop here is 160.44. So we are 69.39. We're talking about 80 cents move. So, that's a nice move right there. So I covered my 25% and then cover again my position. So basically at this point, I am just partialing. So partial, and then at the pop, another partial there. Now we get to see the volume bar started to pick up. And then all the way up here, I am close to, or this level right here is close to retesting the high of the day. So I partialed again. And then I was just trailing my stop. My stop loss is at the sign of weakness, which is below this candlestick. So stop loss right here, and I got stop out. So that is my trade for this. So that is the long trade right here. Now it's starting to get those wick. So wick here, looking like it's ready for a short. I was looking at SPY as well. SPY was playing around the VWAP, and VWAP is a very strong resistance, so I would like to short that. Going back and forth, AMD as well as the SPY. SPY looks like it's about to have a little bit of a pullback, so that's the reason why I was short biased here. So I went short right here, and stop loss is just the high of the day. So high of the day is this level, so I got stop out. That's why I needed to give back 150 there. But ending the day with a 2K, and we traded less than 30 minutes. So with that, that's pretty much it for the day. So 30 minutes of trade, and we are done trading. So right now, I'm just trying to see, oh wow, AMD now looking at the 5 minutes. 5 minutes is looking weak. So although this is a good time to short, but I do have a meeting, so I'm just cutting it short. And yeah, we'll do this again next week. So for those of you guys who's asking on where to begin on how to day trade for a living, please feel free to check our website out. It's ecourseunlock.com, and in that website, we post our syllabus, we post our reviews as well as trading recap. You can also access now our some freebies there, which is one of our day trading strategy. You can download that. I think it's at least 20 pages. We just needed to get your email so we know where to send it, but please feel free to check that one out. So we do this live trade every Tuesday. So we do this again next Tuesday, and For those of you who have specific questions on how to day trade for a living, please feel free to email us out. We would be more than happy to help you guys out. And the reason why we like trading is, you trade, you work for 30 minutes, you're done for the day. For me, I do have another meeting because now we are diving into real estate as well. So very exciting. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Is it a relationship, adventure, being creative, being able to do what you want at your own terms, or just loving what you do, exploring the world, giving back, serving? Now the list can go on and on. What's the common denominator here? All of this require time. And if we will spend 90,000 hours at work, which is the average number of hours a person works in their lifetime, then who has the time to do all this? 24 hours in a day isn't coming to an end. 24 hours is all that we're going to get. Now, wish you could have more time so you can focus on what matters most. What would you do if you have more time in your hand? What would you do if money is not the driving force for you to work? What if you have to get up in the morning, not because you have to clock in at work? What if you have to roll out of your bed to do what you love to do? For instance, for you to travel, spend time with your loved one, follow your passion, maybe do a volunteer work. Did you ever dream of reclaiming more time in a day, or ever wanted to start your own business so you can experience more autonomy, not having to report to a boss, and having the liberty to make your own decision or your own schedule? And I am not talking about retirement. Every day, we get a fresh 24 hours to make that decision on how we would spend that 24 hours. Every day, we are in a crossroad. Our decision will determine our future. In day trading, you can reclaim more time from your day by cutting the working hours to less than 10 hours per week, so you can focus on what matters most. Because honestly, for some, that 10 hours is only their commute time per week to work. After all, we all have seen this ad before. So reclaim more time through day trading so you can focus on what matters most. After all, we are all in a borrowed time, so make it count. Click the link below to learn how to day trade for a living.